Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday, September 27th. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies. Right now it's primarily cross-stitching, but I do a little bit of sewing, and I'm starting to dip my toe ever so slightly into the world of quilting, and I'm loving it. I also like to do paper crafting. I like to make greeting cards, gift tags, gift card holders, treat boxes, that kind of thing. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy that you decided to spend some time with me to see what I've been up to this week. This week there was work, and we'll leave it at that. It was not a great week for me. No particular reason. I just was not in a great mood most of the week. I did have a headache that lasted several days. Probably had something to do with it, which also affected a little bit of my stitching. But I'm feeling better now, so whatever caused it has, it's resolved itself. So it's okay, but it kind of meant I had a crummy week. I have a couple things that I finished. I finished my quilt top. I made something fun for the craft show tomorrow, and several orders came in, so I've got haul that's all over the place. I also had a new finish. A new start, and two cross stitch finishes, and 2 sewing finishes. Yeah, I think that's it. So I finished my Autumn Nights quilt top. That is the free quilt along project that Fat Quarter Shop put out, and here it is. I love it so much. I'm very, very pleased with how it came out. I don't even notice that my points aren't pointy for my leaves. But I cannot wait to get this finished and get the binding on it. I am going to send it out to be quilted. So I don't know that there's somebody that lives near me that supposedly does the quilting, and there's someone I can send it to. There's a new store that's opened up near me, and I think they sell sewing machines, or they teach sewing or quilting or something. I'm gonna try to figure out the name, or maybe I'll just stop in there in the next few days to see, or a few weeks I should say, to see if they have any like long arm that they rent time on. I've heard that in other areas, like I think Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, she rents time at a local quilt shop on one of their long arms just to quilt her projects. So I'm kind of thinking that if I could find somebody local, I would love to learn how to do it. But I can't, number one, afford that machine, and number 2, where would it go? I don't have the space for it. Otherwise, I'll be sending it out. Then I got inspired by Nicole Spohr. One of her videos, a few stitchy videos back, she showed adorable quilted candy corns, and so I made some, and this is what I'm going to be taking to the show. I'm not getting a table. My mom's like, if you have anything and you want to bring it, just bring it. So I had so much fun making these, and the only reason I stopped is because it was like 12:30 at night last weekend, and I'm like, I need to stop. But I had a vision, and I'm really loving the way that they turned out. I will start with this one. So I found the pattern on Etsy. There were a couple of them. This one was on sale. I don't think it's on sale anymore, but it still was way under $10. So they had a small size and a big size, and this is the small size. So it's about 6 inches, maybe a little bit more. And what I did, the pattern is to sew it with the edges in, but Nicole did hers with the edges exposed and frayed, and I loved the look, so I copied the idea. I bought the pattern. And then I had these tags in my stash, and I had some stamps, and so I grunged them up and I stamped it, and then I had the black, orange, and white baker's twine, and I just think it's super cute. Same thing with this one, but a wooden tag. I would love to spritz these with an antiquing spray, but I'm afraid I'm not going to like it, so I haven't done that. And then I made this one, and I have a little ghost charm, and so I added a little ghost charm to him. I think he's adorable. And then this one, I made one for my daughter, and I kept this. I'm going to keep this one, but this one here with a little bat charm that I put together. I love them. So quick, so easy. I did do some light quilting. I just cut my strips, sewed them together, put it on the quilting batting. I used what I had. I don't know the name of it. It's like a Warm and Natural, but it's not that brand. It's something else I've had for a really, really long time. So I added that in, and then I quilted it, and then I sewed it. I traced the pattern onto it, and then I just sewed on the trace lines, and then trimmed it about 1/4 inch, and closed it up by hand. No, actually I did close it up by machine. And after I stuffed it, and I just used fiberfill, made my little bat charm and put it on with some twine, and here you go. Super cute. So that was a fun sewing project that I'm so happy that I did. It kind of got me back into that little sewing bug a little bit, so that was fun. I was excited for that. I also I have some fabrics that I pulled up there to make some more project bags, and I bought a couple more mini charm packs that I'll show you later. But I was happy to get that done. I'm only taking 3, so you know, if they sell, great. If they don't, that's okay too. And it was just something fun to do. Finishing, cross stitching. This is a project bag I made, and then I bought that bag charm. I love it so much. This is not the first animal cracker that I have started, but it's the first one I finished, and actually it's the animal cracker crumb, and it's Oliver. And I have him finished. He is stitched on 36 count Salem linen by Live and Dye LA. And here he is. Now I did a satin stitch on his nose. It didn't call for it, but I thought he could use a little bit more prominence with the tip of his nose. So I did a satin stitch for the nose. And I love him. He is so cute. So now I'm wondering, the finish that I want to do, I think it would be really cute to stitch it on the back. Except now that I'm looking at it here, it's not completely symmetrical. So like this side of his face and ear does not match this side. And if I'm going to be stitching the back, then it won't line up and look right. I mean, I'm still going to have the edge, but now that I see that from this perspective, maybe I will just leave it as is and just do my finish. I don't want to talk too much about my finish just because I want to get it done to see if I like it. Because if I don't, then I'm going to change it. He's just so cute. He worked up really, really quickly. And I used the called for floss, which is Gentle Art Endive, Black Licorice, and Carriage Black. So like a dark gray, a black, and a kind of a green color. And then I, for his whiskers, they wanted lamb's wool. I didn't have, well, I couldn't find my lamb's wool. I actually think I have it, but I don't know where it is. So I picked out through my stash that I just had around my stitchy area. I just found a floss that I liked, that I thought was enough of a contrast to the colors in his little face that they would show up but not be like white. So I'm really pleased with how that one turned out. I also finished my Friday Focus. So last week I finished a Friday Focus, and then I made this week's Friday Focus, and it was finished. So Ghosts and Goblins with Thy Needle and Thread, Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee. So I've stitched everything in this book except for this middle one. I did start that. It's a fantastic book. I love it. But this was my finish. I love how it's long and narrow. Pillow finish. I think I remember the fabric that I used. I hope I still have it out here. I would like to match the other two, or other three that I have done. And then I had this one done, Boo Kitties. So now they're both done, and I cut them away from the regular fabric so that I could finish them the next time I sew. I stitched up 3 other finishes in the pillows, but I didn't stuff them because I ran out of stuffing, and I only got out to the store yesterday to buy new, and I didn't get around to it last night. So that leads me to my new start, which is also in this book. And it is Halloween Delivery. It's the last one I have to do. Stitching it on the same fabric because I want the fabrics to all match. And that's my start. I started this one fairly late in the evening. I was watching Dateline, so I probably didn't go quite as fast as I could have. But so far, I think we're off to a good start. And the called for. These are being stitched on, I think it's platinum, 40 count platinum. Yes, 40 count platinum linen, and 1/2. And this is all of the floss for all of the charts in the book. Okay. I wanted to stitch something patriotic, something light. I did go into work late a few days because I thought I didn't have anything in the evening this week, and I had lots of things in several evenings this week. So I went in late and I spent one morning just working on a piece, and I chose this one. I still had a little tiny bit of a headache. So I wanted to pick something that was light, that it would be easy to see. Not that a 40 count is easy to see. But Liberty by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. I'm stitching this on 40 count Soda Bread by Wabi Sabi. And here's where I'm at. So I was able to finish my Quaker motif there, add 1783, this motif here, and stitch the tree with the flag. Get that started. I love these charts of hers. I think it's the right mix of Quaker motifs and just, they're so good. She is so talented. And I love the colors chosen for this one. So I made some progress on that. And Martha's Bird by Cosford Rise. I watched her video today. I know these charts were presented at Needlework Market in March, but we got notification that they were delayed. She said that was because about 3 weeks before market, her mother suddenly passed. So she was kind of thrown for a loop, as one would be. So she worked as fast as she could when she, got things situated, and that's why they were late. So just as an FYI, in case you haven't caught her videos yet. But I love this. I am stitching mine on 40 count Earth by Fiber on a Whim. I was very concerned. I am going to make this a circle finish, although I was sad when I saw Kim, the Contented Needleworker, Kim's piece with the frame around it. I thought, ooh, I shouldn't have cut my fabric. But I did, so it'll be in a round. But this is how far I got, and I struggled a whole lot with this. I stitched when I had that headache. I could only work on it for a little bit in the morning. And then when I came home that night, I worked on something else because I couldn't. But I started working on the tail up here and the leaf here. I wanted to make sure that I had enough space to make that round finish, and I do. I think this is the furthest point over to the right that it will go. Somewhere in here I messed up on my counting. So that's why I stopped with that dark espresso bean, I think is what it is, because I wanted to get the leaves in and then kind of fudge my bird around that, because whatever I did, I'm off by one full stitch, but it's enough that it's making me crazy. And there's so much confetti in that bird that it's easy to get off on your count. And I did. But I think it's going to be gorgeous when it's done. And then that same evening when I came home, I still had a headache. I wanted to stitch. I just needed something with a bigger count on it. And I've been touching this one. My hand has been hitting it every time I go to look for something. So I decided, let's just pull it out and work on it. Your eyes could use a little bit of a rest. And I pulled out monthly weigh in March. I know. I thought about starting October or January, and I thought, no, finish March. So March. I think I have November done. September, November, so I would have October to do. December is done. January is started. So I just wanted to finish this one. But I didn't get a finish. But I want to move it along. So I'm stitching this on the called for, and the called for this series is 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. It's been such a long time I completely forgot. And here I am. So I did the ducks and the pink in the flowers around their necks and the flowers in the egg crate or basket. I did the black on the clock over here, and then I also did the yellow in the centers of those flowers. It doesn't look like much, but you know, filling in the pink here and the flowers here and doing this and the black here and the yellow here, it was enough. It was an evening. And it kind of got me excited to continue with this series a little bit. Like it rejuvenated my it reminded me how much I enjoy this series. So I worked on that. I do have the month name already done. This is the first one I stitch. I stitched the small ones first for the win, just to feel like I'm making progress. So it felt good to pull this one out. My goal in 2026 is to finish all of these. So they're going to have to come out a little bit more frequently. I don't know where that goes. I think it's this one. Tell you, I take out floss and then it gets separated from my project. I do a Sunday sampler. Much like my Friday focus, I stick with the same piece on Fridays, and until it's done, I pick a piece that's at least 50% done, and then I focus on it to get it to the finish line. Sorry, I felt like I'm sinking on you. And I decided I needed to do something. I've got quite a few samplers that aren't making much progress, and so I decided I'm going to make my Sundays a focus day for samplers, and I pulled out Land That I Love. So this is the first one that I'm working every Sunday until it's a finish, and it's actually helping, and I'm making progress. I'm stitching this on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And here is my progress. So I worked on the alphabet. I got all of the red done. I've got the A and the U for USA, not random ASU. So I got the alphabet done, which means I just have another motif here to work up, and then the border, and it's a finish. So I'm feeling more confident that I can get this finished by the end of the year. I would love to have it finished before Christmas, so I can actually have it hanging up to show my family when they come over. But it's moving along, and I'm so pleased. This was my birthday start from 2022. So it has taken a hot minute, let me tell you. And all the called for flosses on this one. It feels good to get that one almost to a finish line, to the finish line. Okay, next, I feel like I didn't get as much done with my stitching because of my headache, but I wanted to do something. I can't just sit idly, unless maybe I'm sick, and so I got this Busilla kit for my birthday from my mom. I ordered my Halloween tree, and it came in yesterday, and it is glorious. It's taller than I was expecting. It's 24 inches, and I thought that was going to be from the tabletop to the top of the thing. I think the tree part itself, the branches, is 24 inches. It's substantial, and these are going to look perfect on it. So it's a black tree with the orange lights. I think what I'm going to do, maybe next paycheck, order orange, yellow, maybe black or gray, and maybe a purple felt balls, so I can make a cute little garland to go around it. I think that would be really cute. But this is my Busilla kit. Now, I don't think I have ever worked on a Busilla kit before. Not as quick and easy as I thought it was going to be. That is one thing. But this is what I got done. I started with the jack-o'-lantern, and that's how far I got. So all I need to do is his little witch's hat, and he'll be done. But look at him. I learned, probably should have trimmed better, done a better job of trimming the white out, because you can see that the line of where you're supposed to cut. So I have been going in with very sharp embroidery scissors, and if I can do it without snipping the stitches, I have been kind of trying to trim that off a little bit. But and then his hat will look like this, kind of. And then we'll have a pom-pom. So his little hat will, oh, it's gonna be so cute. Enjoying it. It's just a little time consuming, but it was fun. So I only cut out 2 to start, so I didn't lose all the pieces, but I think from now on I'm only going to be cutting out and sewing 1 up at a time, because these little felt pieces have a mind of their own. So that was a fun start. Okay, haul. For my birthday, I asked for this jelly roll quilt, Simply Jelly Rolls by It's So Emma. And I want to start on the cornbread quilt. I figure it looks easy enough. It'll get me practice with cutting. It'll give me practice with the background fabrics. It just seems like a really good starting point. I was reading the instructions though, and I may have to call them for some explanation, because I don't know that they really gave much of an explanation on how to read these patterns very well. So like, I'm not sure. Okay, background, sashing, and borders. Now I'm doubting I have enough. I may have to order another jelly roll. Anyways, I saw that jelly rolls were on sale, Fat Quarter Shop, this a couple weeks ago, so I ordered. And I ordered Muse by Three Sisters, and it's Mocha. And this is the fabric. I feel like I'm going backwards. Let's do it this way. So, just real soft, pretty colors. By the time I get around to it, it should be spring. I also put an order or a deposit down on a reservation, made a reservation for 2 more jelly rolls that have not been released yet. But I love the florals. I love the color palette. It's very nice and soft. I think it's going to look great with this design. I did not order binding fabric. I did not order backing fabric. I figured cross that bridge a little bit later. But I did order a jelly roll of bee cross stitch from Lori Holt. Just a creamy white with a gray cross on it. And I think it goes really nicely with this, and especially the grays match up nicely. Like, it's a nice match. So this will be the light color. Borders and sashing, is that what it's called? Sashing and background and sashing. Maybe the borders. I might have to find a different fabric for the borders. I will cross that bridge when I get to it. I'm not going to stress about it too much right now, because there's always something out there that can work with this, especially these colors. It's so pretty. I just love it so much. So down the rabbit hole I went. And then I also picked up Denim and Daisies, a little mini charm pack, because I love struggle bugs. I think it would make a fantastic project bag. And then I loved Nantucket Summer when I saw it, and then it went away and it came back. And so I only ordered this. But I think I might go back and order a Fat Quarter bundle, or I might go back and order a jelly roll or a layer cake or a Jolly Bar, just so I have something that I can make either like a bag out of, or I can make a like a tote bag, or I can make a quilt, because I think it's beautiful and I love the colors. It's just so soft. So I picked up a mini charm on that. And then for my birthday, way back when, I was kind of looking around Color and Cotton. I would love to be on their Fabric of the Month Club, but it's not available. In fact, I think they're not doing it anymore. But anyway, so I was poking around on the website and I saw beautiful, beautiful fabrics. And so I put a cart together, and then I went to my husband, I'm like, for my birthday? He's like, sure. And he goes, when are you going to get it? I'm like, months from now. So I ordered 40 count bronze, and they do, she does different gradients. So it's the same dye, I'm assuming, but just at different color levels. So I did bronze in the soft tone, which is this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous neutral that I think I need more of now that I'm looking at it. And then I ordered bronze in the bold. So they coordinate very, very nicely. But, and this one is very much like earth, but it's not as dark, and it's more of a yellow base. So, and then I decided to go ahead and get some of their hand-dyed floss, and so I did. In fact, what did I get? Was it did I order them all individually? Yeah. It was not a set. They were ordered individually. Goosebumps. Purple People Eater. Really great for Halloween stitches. Jingle Bell. Real pretty gold. Birdhouse. Featherweight. Peppercorn. It's kind of a brown black. Hallows Eve. Hemlock. Rustling Leaves. Ooh, I got 2 of Acrobat. Not sure why I did that, but there you go. A Tomato Leaves. 2 of Azure. That one I do remember ordering 2 of. 2 Shamrock. And 2 Strawberry. So those came in. I'm very happy with that. And then she had some Halloween trim pack. And I think, are these all separate? They're all separate. So I got the bright Halloween colors in the rickrack. So I'm thinking with the right sized pillow or bag finish, these would be fun. So that's the classic pack. These little bags are cute, but they're hard to maneuver. Classic. And then I got the primitive. So it is more muted. I think they're the same colors. It's just, you know, they're faded and washed out and just fun. So now that I'm almost done with my Halloween stitching and ready to move on to Christmas and winter, that's okay. You can always use trim, right? Okay. I was primitive. I was watching Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, her latest cross stitch Flosstube, and she showed a she showed felt applique piece completely done, and I just was like, oh my gosh, I love it. She got it from Buttermilk Basin, and so I went onto their website. Oh my gosh, wow. So they have these in monthly. So this one is November. Sweet and Simple Through the Year is what this series is called. And she has it finished, and it's so pretty. Like, the picture here does nothing for it. So I picked up that. I mean, I could have spent hundreds, but I did not. I exercised control. And then the Whimsical Bowl Filler. I think this might be a series 2, but this is September. Oh, let me show you. This is what is in the kit. So it's all the felt that you need to finish the project. I don't really want to open it because it's so nicely packed. So you've got the chart and the felt that you need to finish the piece. And I think that that's... I think that's it. Whimsical Bowl Filler, September. The Crow. The Pumpkin. Yes, please. And the background is that houndstooth. And so there's the houndstooth right there. So it'll be a little darker, but they're still going to be gorgeous. And then I picked up Vintage Halloween. Vintage Halloween. Do not ask me where I'm going to put this or what I'm going to do with it, but there it is. And then I picked up Cardinal and Holly Leaves Ornament. Yeah. And this is the backing for that. So I'm quite excited to try these out. Probably won't stitch on them until I have a day off. It might have to wait until my break between Christmas and New Year's. I just put in a vacation request for taking the day after Christmas off through January 2nd. So if that goes through, then my goal would be to sew a quilt top or two and work on one of those, and also work on some of my cross stitching too. Yeah, I think that's the goal. I do have November 11th off for the first time since I've been working at this place. We changed our days off. So I work Indigenous Peoples Day, otherwise known as Columbus Day, and I have Veterans Day off. I have Thursday, Friday of Thanksgiving off. I did not take any time off before that. I'm not hosting, so there's not a need for me to take that time off. And then I have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day already off. So I just added 4 vacation days between the two to the end of the week, just to kind of give myself that break. We've gotten that before automatically. We would give up all of our little holidays throughout the year so that we could take a full week off between Christmas and New Year's, and that's changed. But she doesn't care if we take time off during that time period, because we are, if we can take it off, we do. We are not, we're super slow. We do run a winter program, a camp program, but honestly, in the last few years, it's been under 50 kids. They can manage that without all the supervisors being there. So I went ahead and put the request in. We'll see what she says. Hopefully it'll get approved. Otherwise, I'll be really bummed. because I love taking that time off. I find that I need it. I find that I need to be, I got used to taking it off, and I like that downtime between the holidays to just recoup from having Christmas here, and I take that time to like just do something for me, work on projects that I don't feel like I can dedicate time to. Like maybe I'll do some painting of my finishing pieces, you know, things that take time that you need a couple of days to get your housework stuff done, and then a couple days to then be able free and clear to do what you want to do. Things that I can't necessarily get done in a weekend. So I'm excited to have that time. So hopefully she'll approve. So yes. And I think that is it. This week, I do think we're planning on doing a Zoom call, but that should not last very long. And I don't think I have anything else to do in the evening. We shall see. I thought the same thing last week, and lo and behold, I had 3 evenings. So yeah, so that is it for me. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend and a great week ahead. It does finally feel like fall has fallen. My trees right outside my room here are rapidly dropping leaves. It's brisker in the evening. We've actually been cloudy the last couple of days, which has really bummed me out. We've had some rain, which isn't all bad. Not enough to make a difference. More to be a nuisance than to be helpful. So I'd rather have sunshine. But, you know, I'd always rather have sunshine. But it's finally starting to feel a little bit like fall. Maybe I need a sweater or a sweatshirt in the evening now. You know, we're getting there. That's okay. That's why you have them. Anyways, until next time, I hope you have a great week. Happy stitching.